Most importantly is that you breathe in and out through your nose during sleep. That goes without saying. So pay attention to whether your mouth is dry when you wake up in the morning. And if it is dry, consider taping your mouth. And the tape that we use that is safe and effective is called MyoTape. And it's named after a therapy called myofunctional therapy, which is also very efficacious for people with obstructive sleep apnea. The second factor is that the tongue should be resting in the roof of the mouth. So make it a habit of observing where is your tongue and whether it's up in the roof of the mouth. And 3/4 of the tongue should be pressed up against the palate. To determine this, you can make the tongue pops such as follows. So you make the tongue pop. In order to make that sound, you're pressing your tongue against the roof of the mouth to create a vacuum. But that's where our tongue should be resting all of the time. We don't want our tongue pressing up against the front teeth because the tongue is quite powerful and can actually move teeth. And when you wake up in the morning, you should wake up with your tongue resting in the roof of the mouth. So by having your tongue resting in the roof of the mouth during the day, it in turn, you can be training it that your tongue is resting in the roof of your mouth during sleep. And the importance of this is that when your tongue is resting in the roof of the mouth during sleep, that you're helping it out of the airway, so that there's less of a risk for the tongue to be encroaching the airway, to be making the airway narrow, because then we're more susceptible to sleep issues. Going for a walk with your mouth closed is a tremendous exercise for people with insomnia, snoring and obstructive sleep apnea. So set a goal for yourself that during the day that you get out for half an hour to an hour of physical exercise with your mouth closed. And exercise at an intensity whereby you're feeling a degree of air hunger, but you yet are feeling comfortable. So it's not that you're sprinting with your mouth closed, because that would be quite uncomfortable, because the degree of air hunger would be too strong. So always remember the importance of walking with the mouth closed. It's really, really important. And also during that, you could be breathing nose and bringing some attention to breathing slow and breathing low, that as you breathe in, your ribs are moving out, and as you breathe out, that your ribs are moving in. For sleep, we need to be targeting breathing from a number of dimensions. And the light breathing, breathe light, is really, really important. 10 to 15 minutes before you go to sleep, slow down your breathing and breathe less air into your lungs to the point that you feel air hunger, because this will help to activate the body's rest and digest response, which is conducive to achieving a deeper sleep. The other aspect is people with snoring, people with obstructive sleep apnea, they can have a low control pause. Their breathing is harder and faster. Harder and faster breathing increases turbulence and increases negative pressure in the airway, which in turn is going to feed into these conditions. So by breathing light and improving your control pause, your sleep patterns should improve. Every time your control pause is increasing by 5 seconds. So 15 minutes of breathe light before sleep, but also do 15 minutes of breathe light during the day. It could be in the morning time, it could be in the evening time, it could be directly after lunch. So directly after lunch, you might have your food is eaten and you're taking some time then just to rest and digest. Close your eyes, bring your attention inwards, take a really soft breath in through your nose and a really relaxed and slow, gentle breath out. Always bear in mind how you breathe during the day is going to influence how you breathe during sleep. If you're going around with your mouth open and you're puffing and panting and you're sighing and your upper chest breathing and you're faster breathing, of course, this is going to be how you're going to breathe during sleep. That's not a recipe for good sleep. That's a recipe for disrupted sleep, for sleep fragmentation, and for sleep disordered breathing. Another factor is if you have insomnia and you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you don't want to just lie there thinking about it, oh my God, I'm awake and how will I fall back asleep? Instead, bring your attention onto your breath and start focusing on slowing down the exhalation. It can be helpful also to count the breath. So you could be breathing in for 4 seconds and out for 6 seconds, or breathing in for 3 seconds and out for 5 seconds. So you're lying there, you're half awake, you're half asleep. You don't want to be consumed by thinking. So in order to avoid that and to help activate the rest and digest response, bring your attention onto your breathing and to breathe in 2, 3, out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, out 2, 3, 4, 5. So by counting your breathing, You're helping to take attention out of the mind, but you're also helping to establish a rhythm of your breathing, and you're more likely to fall asleep readily. So really, when it comes to sleep, it's about how do you incorporate these techniques into your everyday life and also into your sleep. Your mouth is closed during sleep. You go for a walk with your mouth closed, but you're also conscious of breathing nose slow and low. If you wake up in the middle of the night, you know how to start down regulating. Before you fall asleep, you also know how to down regulate so that you fall asleep quicker. That you bring these techniques in, and your measure of progress is based on whether your sleep quality is improving. And I would genuinely say that the vast majority of people, once you get breathing through the nose during sleep, you will automatically notice an improvement. And pay attention and start improving your breathing patterns during wakefulness. Because how you breathe during wakefulness will determine how you breathe during sleep. So it comes back to this. Do you feel better? Are you waking up feeling more refreshed? Do you have a deeper sleep? Do you fall asleep quicker? Do you have uninterrupted sleep? In other words, maybe before this you have the mouth open, you're breathing harder and faster, you're waking up at a couple of times during the night to have to go to the bathroom. That's not ideal, because even to get up to go to the bathroom, that's disrupted sleep. There's been an interruption to your sleep. So by breathing light and breathing slow and breathing low and breathing through the nose, you help to achieve this slow wave sleep that you're waking up feeling much more refreshed. So your measurement of progress is your sleep quality better? Do you have less snoring? Do you have reduced obstructive sleep apnea? Are you falling asleep quicker? Are you less likely to wake up during the night? And also your control pause, has it increased by more than 5 seconds? Every time your control pause increases by 5 seconds, you will feel better. And for sleep, we do need to improve the control pause to about 25 seconds. It's a really important benchmark. I'll also talk about what to do when you're going to visit a sleep clinic. So you'll see that in one of the videos. And that's absolutely essential if you have obstructive sleep apnea, or if you consider that you possibly may have obstructive sleep apnea. So check out that video also.